welcome to Find Out Nation. Normally, I have to tell you that this is when a nation fucks around and starts finding out.
Yeah.
But last night,
Yes.
Republicans found the fuck out.
Sure did. Sure fucking did.
They did. But before we get into that,
Yes.
that delightful news.
Yes.
Let's talk about our countdowns.
Countdowns? Okay.
Yes.
We are 362 days away until the midterms. We are under a year. Sorry, guys.
Best day ever.
We're under a year.
Under a year. By a few days
we
even.
Never thought this day was coming, that we were going to be under a year.
Never.
Yes. It's felt like we've been just endlessly walking the desert and we're never going to get anywhere.
It's never coming again. It's never coming again. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So we are 289 days into this clusterfuck of a presidency. President Taco has not been seen golfing since the 19th of October.
Well, in all fairness,
so,
we're pretty sure he's suffering a major medical emergency at this, right?
Yeah, 100%. And we are 35 days and hours away from being 36 days into the longest government shutdown since Trump 1.0 in our nation's history. So there's your countdowns.
36 days.
6 days.
Like, it doesn't seem like it's been 36 days.
I
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Longer than a month at this point. It has bypassed, it's set records. It's like the longest government shutdown in the world.
Like my kid said at dinner tonight. I mean, he's out here breaking records all the time, guys. What more do we want from him? He's just out here setting records. Like, he's in the record books for everything. He's canceled the most wars.
That's right. 8,000 wars that he's canceled, and we're in an economic boon.
Yes.
We've never made more money before. Exactly. So he literally did go, we'll talk about this in a minute, but he did a speech, I think it was in Miami, that was like he was talking to a bunch of business owners, like big business owners. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I don't get enough credit for my economic triumphs. And
oh my God.
And I'm just like, how tone deaf.
Yes.
Do you know, I saw a statistic from CNN that between July and August, the median home price jumped 4.66% to $413,000.
That is insane. That's the median house price.
The median house price is $413,000. In what world do you believe that we are in an economic boon, considering statistics like that, knowing that our minimum wage is still minuscule? It could not support that amount of house payment by any means possible. And apartments are just as bad these days. Apartments are just as bad.
It's you might as well be making, well, I would say you might as well be making a mortgage payment, but because that's what a mortgage payment used to be, $1,200, $1,500. Now, God.
Yeah. But I'm like, no, it's $3,000. Are you serious right now?
There's no way.
Yeah, it's shocking. So we're not going to dwell.
No, we have good.
Let's dwell on the positive
news. Yes.
So number one, Mom Donnie won the New York City mayoral race.
It's so exciting.
It really is exciting. And at the end of the day, like, it really, so he had record turnout. 2 million voters came and voted for him. A majority of them were under 30. People who lived through 2008, people who lived through, some tough, who have been told for the last 20 fucking years that we are economically ahead of the game and everyone's doing great and blah, blah, blah. And yet they can't survive, right? They live in a city that is supposed to be the wealthiest city in America, and they're struggling to even make ends meet.
Yeah.
So I definitely view the race and his election as indicative of the future of
I hope
the
so.
Democratic Party. With that said, I do recognize the fact that there were a couple of other races, which we'll talk about in a second, that actually were more centrist focused.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, like I I think that we can see a path to what the future is going to hold. Anyway,
I I certainly fucking hope so because I love that he won despite both Schumer and um oh God help me. Um
who? Pelosi?
Hakeem Jeffries
Oh,
refusing
Hakeem
to endorse
Jeffries.
him. You know, a fellow New Yorker, they're refusing
Oh,
to endorse
I see
him.
what you're saying.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying? I hope
I
that they
do.
recognize that, like, this is the change that the Democratic Party is fucking screaming for.
Yeah, to your point, establishment Democrats are they, and
Mm-hmm.
especially because like people that really are like AOC are
Yeah.
okay. Former New York City. So I think we all know that like a couple days before the election, Trump came out and was like, listen, I don't like Cuomo any more than you do, but if he's running against a communist, which he's
Which he's
not,
not.
like he's called him a communist multiple fucking times.
This is what
And
happens.
this will be interesting when we start talking about the Trump people living on the military bases, because that's part of tonight's show
Oh.
as well, where they're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this is Republican rhetoric where you keep calling us Nazis, you keep calling us Nazis. But it's like fire with fire, dude. Your
Right.
president has gone on today and called Mamdani a fucking communist. So go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fact that like, you know, he came out and was like, if he's running against a communist, you have to vote for Cuomo. Um, Former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio said on Tuesday, Trump's endorsement in New York City is a kiss of death. It seems clear anyway that like
Yeah.
if I were Cuomo, the last thing I would do is invite a Donald Trump endorsement of
Right?
right. Like
Oh my God.
Bill de Blasio is exactly right. It is the
Uh-huh.
kiss of fucking death.
And like, how desperate did you have to be, Cuomo, to be okay with his endorsement?
All right.
You know what I mean? But then again, like, I don't, yeah, it, oh my God. I just was so excited that he won by like, what, 12 points
Oh,
above Cuomo?
yes. Double digits, double
Yeah.
digits.
It was
Well,
not
and to your
a
point,
close race. You know what?
race in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. That's exactly
Mm-mm.
right. And to your point, Nicole, like it is inspiring to me. Well, what it does, so we've talked about this the last couple of podcasts, and we'll talk about it again because I have MTG on our list.
Mm,
There's a certain type of politician, RFK
mm.
Jr., Andrew Cuomo, Marjorie Taylor Greene, that are willing to put aside their beliefs and sell
Yep.
their fucking soul
Yep.
to get power, to win
Yep.
an election, to get power. And I love the fact that even beyond just Cuomo versus Mamdani, that it really came down to what are, you know, the person with political beliefs that actually like has something to say versus
Yeah.
the person that will sell their soul to the fucking devil
Yep. Yep.
or to the cartoon little
Yeah.
penis that's fucking Satan and having his kid, depending on if you watch
Exactly.
South Park or not.
Yes.
Um, but that like the person that's not willing to sell their soul actually won is like
Yeah.
so heartwarming and
Well,
filling
yeah.
me with hope and
Yeah.
joy,
And
right?
we've talked multiple times on here about our desire for term limits, but also our
Yeah.
desire for new, young, multicultural, multi-religion people to come into the Democratic Party and do their fucking thing. Like I'm sick
Yeah.
of old white, mostly white dudes running the
Yep.
fucking show because we're just status quo, status quo. That's all we're doing, you know, like and nothing's fucking changing and it's just a
Uh,
goddamn circle jerk.
1,000%. And to your point, like it's so heartwarming to just see the fact that like young people are coming out to vote. People
Yes.
like who
Yes.
will
Standing
actually
in
like
line.
yes,
Yeah.
I have said for years that I truly like I recognize the fact that I'm a Gen Xer. You and I both are.
Yeah.
We are the forgotten generation by
Yeah.
every stretch of the imagination. And because of that,
Yeah.
like our generation is also extremely apathetic. I get it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was always very rebellious for you to like choose not to participate in politics. Like Ronald Reagan was
Right.
the worst. We all recognize that Ronald Reagan was the worst. He's the
Yeah.
one that installed like Jack Welch and the rise of the multi-million-dollar CEO so he can go fuck himself. We all like hated, so we became very apathetic. And so seeing this latest generation becoming
Yeah.
so impassioned and turning out in record numbers to support
Yeah.
this is just I truly believe it gives me hope for the future.
Yeah.
So
I love it for them. It was their Obama moment. It was my Obama moment for them, like with Mom
so
Dottie. Do you know what I mean? Like that was the first time
so
I got super stoked about politics.
1,000%. And the interesting thing is like when I think back to Hillary, like I think
Mhm.
Hillary really did want to do the right thing by her voters. Like I think all of
Mhm.
her things that she wanted to do were the right things. But I think again, I don't know that she knew how to kiss the right rings to be that
Mhm.
power politician, but
Mhm.
she also wasn't authentic enough to be the authentic I want to do right by you politician. Like
Right.
she couldn't pick one or the other. She tried to do both, and jack of all trades, master of none. She
None.
couldn't do
Yeah.
either well. And so I
Yep.
think that's where Hillary really struggled, is that she tried to play, to the Democratic base, to the Chuck Schumers and the Nancy
Yeah.
Pelosi's and those, the Rahm Emanuels, all of those, while still trying to like do the right thing and be the politician. And then she didn't succeed in either one. So, she
Right.
couldn't convince voters that she was authentic. Like a lot of people forget that she was the one that introduced universal health care as the first
Right.
fucking lady, and they all shit upon it. And
Yeah.
so like that's the kind of shit that just drives me crazy. But
Yeah.
so that was a big win. On top of that, his acceptance speech, he says, "My friends, we have toppled a political dynasty. I wish Andrew Cuomo only the best in private life, but let tonight be the final time I utter his name as we turn the page on politics that abandons the many and answers only to the few." Then to President Trump, and I know you saw this, I know you
Yeah.
heard it, so I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And I really hope our listeners saw this, but if you didn't, to your point, the Obama moment came when he goes, "Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up." And I
It
was
was
like,
so great.
fuck
Yeah.
yes.
It was so
Like,
great.
how awesome was that?
Yeah.
Shortly after that,
It was a giant
Donald
fuck
Trump
you.
responds.
Of course he did.
Donald Trump responds, and so it begins, which, I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
There's a moment in, like, there's a feeling there, and I told Mark this, that where you go from Empire Strikes Back, which is like the Trump presidency, to
Mhm.
the Return of the Jedi.
Oh.
And there's just a moment there that if you are a diehard fan of the movies, you feel that like, and I was a huge fan of Return of the Jedi. A lot of people are like, no, Empire's the better movie, which I understand that it causes like, it's the meatiest of the movies.
Yeah.
But the Return of the Jedi is so full of hope that it felt like when he said, "And so it
Ah,
begins," that like he's
it was
Emperor
that
Palpatine.
moment.
He
Yeah.
knows that the end is
Yeah.
coming. His
Yeah.
demise is coming. He is going to die soon. And it's just like, oh, so this
Yeah.
is our Return of the Jedi moment. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to
It was
geek out
good.
on this podcast.
No,
I
don't be sorry.
apologize to everybody that is like
Don't be
listening,
sorry.
but that is like, so I've been calling him Palpatine Trump all day.
Oh my God,
As I've
that's
like
great.
talked through this, because like I'm just that very much like resonated with me. Anyway,
Mm,
I'll get off the idiot.
I love
Anyway,
it.
yeah. So I told you that like Bill de Blasio said Trump's endowment was the kiss of death, which I 1,000% agree. Voting for mayor. So this came out of CBS exit polling. 78% of the voters under 30 voted for Mamdani. 77% of the liberal voters voted for Mamdani. Then they had 59% of renters and 57% of college grads voted for him. And this is because of some of his policies. So we'll talk about that in just a second. But besides the mayoral election, of course, we had governor races in both New Jersey and Virginia. Mikey Sherrill won in New Jersey. this is the third Democrat in a row to win. So it wasn't surprising that she won necessarily. However, in the Trump election, like the state was moving back to red.
Oh, okay.
And so I think that was a big, boost to Democrats. She was a former Navy helicopter pilot. She'd been a congresswoman for 4 years. And she mentioned this in her victory speech, which I really, really appreciated. Governors have never mattered more. And in this state, I'm determined to build prosperity for all of us. And she's not fucking wrong.
Right.
All the pushback that we have seen on Trump, all of the power against Trump has really come from state attorney generals, state governors, city mayors. You put so much focus on national politicians, and rightfully so. They have their place, obviously, in legislation, and they're the ones that are like affecting big things in our lives. But at the end of the day, like, it has been
Local matters. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Local elections matter.
I think people I think people really do tend to forget that from your own community, your city council, your own individual town mayor, to the big things in your own state, your governor, your state reps, all that kind of shit. It fucking matters. It impacts your life as much, if not more, as what's going on at the federal level. And you have to pay attention to all of it. And to your point, the governors are the ones that have been pushing the fuck back on the National Guard coming into their communities and all
ICE.
all the shit that they're doing. Yeah.
Yes. Well, and even like it's the state of Arizona's attorney general that's suing Mike Johnson for not swearing in
Grijalda. Yeah.
Grijalda. God.
Yeah. It's okay.
Did you see me have like my
I saw
age 48? Oh my God, I'm getting too old moment.
I saw it go. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's
anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's the states and the city and the local elected officials that are really making the difference. And so, like, I get people, it's hard to pay attention to every fucking election. I really encourage that. But also, Abigail Spanberger won in Virginia, flipping the seat from red to blue, which is a big win for her. Again, both Mikey Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger are both not as left-leaning as Mamdani. However, like, they're all supporters of trans rights. They're all supporters of LGBTQ. They do support a lot of socialist initiatives. They all believe in like anti-oligarchy, whatever politics. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens in both of those states. Here's the interesting thing. Do you remember several podcasts ago, we talked about Jay Jones, who was running for the Attorney General of Virginia?
Yes.
Bless you. I think you just sneezed.
No, I coughed. Sorry. I'm coughing.
I couldn't tell.
I'm coughing.
For those of you who remember, Nicole was sick last week. It's gotten worse. It's like invading her body. Yes. So anyway.
We're on the meds now. So hopefully.
Yeah. She's got some good drugs.
Fully back to myself by next week.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Yes.
But anyway, so Jay Jones, who again, he had those really like I shouldn't say interesting, disturbing text messages where he basically like called for people to die and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
But then like really walked it back that he shouldn't have done that. Da-da. And anyway, he ended up winning as the AG of Virginia. So I don't hate that he won, but I do hate that once again, we are like just excusing hate speech.
Yeah.
But I also recognize the fact that Republicans have done that for years with no repercussions whatsoever.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm like, there were some people that came out. So we'll talk about this in just a second. Besides the big seat elections, the other big election that people were watching yesterday was California and the Prop 50 election.
Yeah.
This election, of course, was a ballot measure that would redraw districts in Colorado to make 5 current Republican-held seats more favorable to Democrats. Not surprising, Republican Congressman Kevin Kiley, whose District 3 will be heavily impacted, called the measure a symptom of our country's political divisions. The reason I oppose Prop 50, even as I also oppose what's happened in other states, is because I believe fighting fire with fire burns everything down. Here's what I have to say to that.
Yes. Please
Burn
tell
it
me.
down.
Yeah.
That's fine. Burn it fucking
Yeah.
down. Burn it to the ground.
Because
At
here's the
this
thing,
point,
if they had the upper hand in California, he would be doing it 1,000%. He's only
100,000%
saying that
correct.
because he doesn't have the power. He doesn't have, or
Yep.
the majority. Yeah.
That's right. Now he wants to take the high road, which
Yeah.
good on
Yeah.
you, but go fuck
Yeah.
yourself. He said,
Exactly.
with California's new gerrymandering, the redistricting arms race has no end in sight. It's a race to the bottom that degrades democracy everywhere.
Oh, now we're
Sir,
worried about democracy?
your
Interesting.
party has
Interesting.
degraded democracy
Yes.
to its lowest level.
Yeah.
So at this point, 100%, I am all about fighting fire with fire. Sorry.
Yeah.
If we burn it to the ground and have to start over, we burn it to the fucking
Yeah.
ground and we start it the fuck over. That's how I feel
Yep.
about it.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, I do believe, because what's really sad to me is that we all, like, the majority of Americans believe in the same fucking things.
Yeah.
Universal health care, like,
Affordable medicine. Yeah.
affordable medicine, a decent
Living
minimum
wage.
wage,
Yeah.
Social
housing.
Security that you pay into, you get to
Yeah.
take back out when you need it. Like, most of us believe in the same stuff, especially if you pose it not as like, oh, the Democrats like SNAP benefits, but if instead you say, hey,
Right.
should we have a safety net for people who are disabled, like that they can eat? I was reading statistics today on SNAP benefits as we go into, we have a conversation in a minute about government shutdown, about how like 40% of SNAP benefit users are people who are disabled.
Yeah.
Another like 30% are people that are working but can't earn enough money to feed their family. And the
Mhm.
rest are, in general, caretakers of the 40 fucking percent that are fucking disabled. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, like, most of us agree that if grandma is disabled, we should still fucking feed her, right? Like, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, we should still fucking feed her.
And that
If
little kid
someone
living
has, yeah,
Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off. Go ahead. No,
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 you
no.
know
Go
what
ahead.
I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying. Yeah. Little kids living in a house whose parents can't make enough money to feed them don't deserve to fucking starve.
Well, especially because they're buying houses that average
No
$400,000.
shit. So I was going to tell you, kind of in this vein, I had seen something today and I didn't get it written down in my notes, but Colorado passed some kind of measure yesterday where people making over $300,000 a year will be paying more in taxes, and that's going to go towards feeding, like, the school lunch program. I think for the state is what it was, that it's going to go to pay for the school lunch program or something along those lines, I think.
So I think you're talking about, there was propositions LL and MM. LL is, Prop MM would raise additional funds by further increasing taxes on the wealthiest Coloradoans. And this is meant to bolster funding for free school meals for all
Yes.
public students,
Yes.
as well as to shore up funding for SNAP benefits in the state.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was reading
Like,
about that as well.
Missouri will never do that. I would vote.
No.
And obviously I can say I would vote for it. I don't make $300,000 a year, but if I did make $300,000 a year, I would fucking vote for that. I have said for a million years, why the fuck do we have school kids going to a public school anywhere in this country and they're getting a cheese sandwich because their parents can't afford to pay for the lunches?
And to your point, like, you're right, Colorado definitely is the type of place that would pass something like that.
Yeah.
Missouri is likely not. But when I think about something like Kansas, that kind of sits on the, I could see them passing something like that. To your point, this again is one of those things where I think every American probably agrees that we should be able to at least give every fucking student a lunch, period.
Right.
Like, every student should at least be able to count on one meal a day.
Yeah.
That they are guaranteed.
Yeah.
But regardless,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, if I earn over $300,000, you bet your, like, so let's talk about the right wing's response to Mamdani, because I
Yeah.
have a little bit of
Yeah.
like
The
what his
meltdown.
platform is.
Yeah.
That I was just like, I think it's crazy, the Republican response. So Trump's response was about the night, all caps.
Of
Trump
course.
wasn't on the ballot, which when did he
No,
start talking about himself in the third
the third
person? Like,
person. Now
keep
we're
off.
doing this. Yes. Oh
Mhm.
God.
Like, we've gone full bro, right?
Yeah.
Calling our,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
Trump wasn't on the ballot and shutdown were the two reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight, according to pollsters, he wrote. Of course,
Now
he
we're
doesn't,
listening to pollsters.
well, and he doesn't mention who the
Which ones?
pollsters were, or what
Exactly.
poll he might be referencing, because that's
Right.
just Trump. So, like, he polled the ladies in his office,
Right.
and that's
Exactly.
what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Stephen Miller rationalized Mamdani's victory by posting on X a screenshot of a statistic that says almost 50% of New Yorkers live in family households with at least one immigrant.
Oh my God.
Mike
This
Johnson
motherfucker.
said, I know, he's such an asshole. And he's so fucking racist. Like, he's such
Right.
a
And this is the
racist
thing
piece of
that,
shit.
yes, that just infuriates me is we don't need to hide it.
No. I mean, and it's like every response is immigrants have to go. Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand this like constant fear of immigrants. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Um, Mike Johnson claims Democrats in New York City have chosen a true extremist and Marxist, and the consequences will be felt across our entire nation.
I hope so.
Me too. He then says on X, Zohran Mamdani's election cements the Democrat Party's transformation to a radical, big government socialist party, and that while Mamdani's extreme agenda is the future of the Democratic Party, the GOP will never allow it to be the future of America. Good luck to you.
Oh my God.
Batshit crazy Nancy Mace, who,
Oh
by the
God.
way, did you hear that she had a goddamn meltdown at an
At
airport?
the
Did you hear
airport.
about this?
Yes, I did.
And now she's trying to sue the whole fucking airport because, like, the story was leaked that she's a Karen.
Yeah. I mean, maybe don't
Honey,
act
we
like
all
that in
knew.
public. Right. None of us were surprised by any of that coming out.
No. Trump is in the Epstein files. You're a goddamn Karen. Like, none of
Exactly.
us are surprised by that.
Exactly.
But anyway, she said, breadline's about to be a real thing in New York. Congrats.
What?
Yeah. Because Russia, I assume, ended up with breadlines, she's trying to make the equation there.
Bread lines. I thought you said red lines, and I'm like, what?
No, bread lines.
Oh my God.
So to just remind our viewers, because I think we discussed this before, but Mamdani's platform includes rent freeze for 4 years. Okay. So the average rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in Manhattan in November is, guess how much?
$3,000 a month.
$4,778 a month, which is a 20% increase from 3 years ago.
Oh my God.
In Brooklyn, the average rent is $36.25, which is a 5% increase. So Mamdani has said over and over and over again, like, nobody can afford that. This
Right.
is out of control landlords being absolute garbage people and taking advantage of people and their dollars. And so he's like, we need to freeze rent so that we can go after these predatory landlords for these absolutely predatory practices. And then once we have cleaned up New York, then we can talk about what rents should look like around the city.
Yeah.
In addition, he talks about having city-owned grocery stores that supply basic essentials at not-for-profit prices, free bus fare, which, just as an FYI, Kansas City offers free public transportation in its downtown that has worked beautifully.
Yeah.
I ride the streetcar constantly and absolutely adore it.
Yeah. And our bus system, the transit system, now granted up here, it's hard for us to catch a bus, but like during the summer and stuff, when they have what do they call that? A red alert, an ozone alert day. I think you can
Yeah.
ride the bus for like a quarter or something
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like the metro system or
even
whatever. Yeah, like
right.
it's
Even now
super
you can
cheap.
write it for next to nothing.
Yeah,
Um, he also talks about raising the minimum wage to $30 by the year 2030.
which in New York is probably
Green
next to
initiative.
nothing
I know. I
because of
know.
how high rent and
$30.
food and shit is in New York.
That's right. A minimum wage of $30 is nothing. A green initiative for schools and a plan for hiring new teachers with tuition assistance. He's planning on paying for it all with an increase of the corporate tax rate to 11.5%. And any individual earning more than $1 million will be taxed a flat 2% local city tax. Now, I would love our viewers to know that here in Kansas City, where we live, we already pay all people who live or work in Kansas City pay a 1% city earnings tax. Like
Yep.
that's just off the bat because Kansas City, unfortunately, has a lot of like municipalities.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the money lives. So if we're going to pay for anything in the city, by God, we're going to have local Kansas Cityans paying the 1% city tax. So when they told me like that's how he plans on paying for it, I'm like, duh.
Duh. Right.
Duh. Anyone earning over $1 million pays a 2% tax? Duh.
Right.
And like I I would be hard pressed for anyone in their right mind, anyone, Republican or Democrat, to tell me that they don't believe that that is acceptable.
That's valid. Yeah, and that it's not doable. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like we're talking 2%. We're talking
Yes.
$20,000 fucking dollars.
$20,000.
I couldn't
Yep.
even do the math because I don't feel good. Like
$20,000. Well, and
they can't
did
afford
you know that
$20,000.
he thinks that by just that excise tax, just that city tax, I want to say, all right, I'm not looking at the numbers. So if I get this wrong, I apologize and I'll flash it on the screen. I got this wrong. I got this wrong. But I think he said that that would amount to $5 billion in tax revenue.
In the coffers. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Which is just crazy to me. So,
and if he can follow through on his agenda, if he can get this shit going, he'll win re-election easily.
girl. And not to mention the fact that now the Democratic establishment will realize that these policies are ones that people support and are policies that are able to like make a difference.
Yep.
Okay. So he gets hired. There's the terse response from Trump and the so it begins and this and that.
Yeah.
Newsweek reported that today, when speaking in Miami at a forum of business leaders and global athletes to tout his economic achievements, Trump said about Mamdani, you know what? We'll help him. We want New York to be successful, so we'll help him a little bit, maybe. This comes after, if you recall, last week, Trump was like, because he did this in Argentina, right? If you elect Mamdani, we're cutting off all federal funding to the state.
Yeah. And I have news for you. I don't think Mamdani's going to need your help.
Not $5 billion. And let's just say that Taco Palpatine strikes again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. God, he's such a fucking moron. He's such a fucking moron.
I know. Well, it's obvious. Like the reality is that you cannot. Well, Trump has enjoyed nearly unlimited power for the last year. Like every congressman is kowtowed to him. Every Supreme Court justice is kowtowed to him. Like he has had almost unlimited power. Last night was the first indication that that is changing, that the winds are blowing a different way. And so politically, it makes sense because it's arguable that Mamdani is the most powerful mayor in the nation and is even more powerful than most governors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. But the election was fun. It was fun to watch last night. Definitely instilled some hope in me. Like I said, I feel like it was very much a Return of the Jedi moment.
Yeah.
And so I'm really hoping that we see that.
I hope it's indicative of what's going to happen this time next year.
Yes, I would agree. Okay. Let's talk also about Democrats winning in a different area.
Okay.
Or at least hopefully winning in a different area. Okay. The government is shut the fuck down.
Oh, yeah.
You said it before. We are almost 36 days in. It's the longest in U.S. history. Tonight, the FAA announced, Trump's FAA announced that in order to protect the safety of the airways, that they are looking, if the shutdown extends into next week, they are looking at uh, canceling 10% of flights at 40 major airports. I was
Thanksgiving
talking to
is
my
3
husband
weeks from
today.
today.
3 weeks.
Or I'm sorry,
Like,
today is Wednesday. 3 weeks from tomorrow. Like the busiest travel time of the year.
arguably, yes, arguably today, 3 weeks
Yeah.
from today, is going to be as busy
They
a travel
cannot.
time.
We still can't be shut the fuck down by Thanksgiving.
Well, because they aren't even going to announce what those cancellations look like until next week. They said that they'll try to be equitable across all of the different airlines to make sure that like no one airline is hit any worse than another. But of course, like if they cancel everything, say in Atlanta, obviously Delta gets hit worse. Or if it's all at
Right.
Dallas Fort Worth, Southwest gets, well, really, it's Dallas Love Field, Southwest gets worse. So it'll be interesting to see what flights they end up canceling. My
Yeah.
my spidey sense is like it'll be New York, San
Uh-huh.
Francisco, LA, Seattle,
Uh-huh.
Chicago. Like it's going to be all blue cities. Like we
Right.
all know that that's how it's going to be. There's not going to be any Atlanta. There's not going to
I
be any,
Yeah, Orlando.
Orlando.
Um I really expected with Mom Donnie's win last night that they would be out of this we'd be out of the shutdown by early next week.
So to your point, here's the thing. So, because besides the FAA, we know SNAP benefits are still up in the air.
Yeah.
So on Tuesday, Trump said that he was going to violate a court order and halt all payments until the shutdown was over. Like he was very clear about it. But moments later, the White House came back and said, no, we're complying with the order. Trump was talking about payments
Don't listen
after
to
the emergency.
Peepaw. Yeah.
That's right. After the emergency fund is depleted. So then within a few hours, the agricultural department came back and said, well, it's recalculating how to pay out those benefits. But experts are saying that the recalculation is likely to cut benefits by about 61%.
Oh
So
shit.
people are going to see like half the benefits that they normally get. And now they're saying that they are going to be able to pull that money from that SNAP contingency fund, which they said that they could not do, that it was not made available. But they're also saying that because they have to recalculate the amounts,
Mm-hmm.
that is going to delay payments because their systems are so fucking antiquated
Oh God.
and they have no staff available to
Right.
help like recalculate. Like Nicole, you and I have worked in major companies
Yeah.
that still operate with you and I fucking doing Excel
Excel
spreadsheets.
spreadsheets.
And
I do with them every day of my life. Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
And so you know that these fucking government benefits are
Yes.
like offices with Excel spreadsheets and
Yes.
they need some, Nicole that will
Yeah.
go in and pull up the fucking
Do the
Excel and
formula.
do a new
Yes.
formula and then
Yes.
enter all of that into a system. Like there's no robotic process automation. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
She's got to enter those all into the system
Yes.
for the 40,000 benefits that need to. So I 1000% believe that there are not
Yeah.
resources in place to make major updates to how they're doing these calculations. And so, yeah, they're saying that even though that, yes, we will pay out SNAP benefits, they're saying that those are going to get delayed by weeks and months. It's insane.
It is
It's
insane.
insane.
And I did see something where I think it was the Ag Department, USDA, I think, had sent out a warning to grocery stores or to major retailers because they had seen something online that made some major retailers were offering or were potentially going to offer discounts to SNAP beneficiaries on the price of their groceries if they hadn't received their SNAP funds. And so then the USDA sent out some letter allegedly to major retailers saying you can't treat SNAP beneficiaries any different than non-SNAP beneficiaries. You have to offer the same discount across the board to everybody.
Why?
Thank you.
Why?
I'm still getting a
Why?
paycheck.
Show me that law. Show me that law.
Right. I'm not working without a paycheck. I'm not working without my SNAP benefits. I'm not working
That's right.
without the major things that this federal government has caused in their shutdown.
That's right.
Give them that. I don't need the fucking discount.
That's
Like,
right.
I need the
And
tariffs to
I'm
go away so that
happy.
I'm not paying more for my groceries across the board, but I don't need a
That's right.
special discount.
100,000%. I am more than happy to pass this along and
Yeah.
say, yep, here you go.
Yeah, and Thanksgiving's in 3 weeks.
That's the thing, is that here we have thanks fucking giving. And like, I don't know about you, but I'm hearing
Oh,
all over my city is like doing whatever they can. But I
yes.
had a Trumper that's posting on Facebook. How can you already be out of SNAP benefits? What, you've eaten all your box of crackers?
Oh my God.
Yep.
Do you not go to the store every week and replenish your pantry, you fucking dumbass?
Yep.
That's exactly how this works with SNAP benefits. But I mean, the good news is government shut down, people are going without paychecks, people are not getting their SNAP benefits, but Trump threw a great Gatsby Halloween party, so that's
Girl.
great.
So
That's
we'll
great.
talk about the excesses of Trump here in a bit. It is on my
Yeah.
list of things to talk about. But
Yeah.
interestingly enough, so Marjorie Taylor Greene went off on the Republican Party. She appeared on CNN and said, when it comes to the point where families are spending anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a month and looking at hikes coming on their insurance premiums, I think that's unforgivable. Mike Johnson responded that she basically doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not on any of the committees that talk about this stuff. So how would she know?
She's such
And
a
she
silly bitch.
replied, what? So did you say so stupid?
I know. I said she's such a silly bitch.
She's such a
How would she
silly
know
bitch.
anything about it? Yeah.
That's right. I mean, hello. Because,
Right.
I hate to agree with her, but she's fucking right.
Well,
Like,
yeah, she's right.
it's not like we're hearing about some grandiose Republican plan. This was a Republican plan. This was Newt
Yes.
Gingrich's. Obamacare is literally the Republican plan that we enacted. And now they're bitching about that. Like, they
Yes.
have no fucking plan. So anyway, she replies, the reality is they never talk about it. And that committee working on, say, health insurance in the industry, that just doesn't happen in some secure facility. It's not some major secret. What I am upset over is my party has no solution. It's not something that we talk about frequently, but it's a reality for Americans. And it's something that I don't think we can ignore. I really want to fix it. She has multiple times asked the Republicans to invoke the nuclear option, to get rid of the filibuster, and to be able to force the vote. Trump also went on True Social yesterday and said the Democrats are far more likely to win the midterms and the next presidential election if we don't do the termination of the filibuster, the nuclear option, because it will be impossible for Republicans to get common sense policies done with these crazed Democrat lunatics being able to block everything by withholding their votes. Remember, Republicans, that Democrats are going to end the filibuster as soon as they get the chance. Because of that, Senate Majority Leader has come back, John Thune has come back and told reporters after the breakfast, I've said it before, the votes aren't there. Like, we're not going to end the filibuster. It's just not going to happen. Like, sorry. Right now, our focus has to be on getting the government opened up again, not on trying to get the nuclear option to work. Tom Tillis said that, I will tell you this is so weird. I will tell you with metaphysical certainty, this Congress is not going to nuke the filibuster, period, full stop. So at this point, like, the nuclear option's off the table.
Yeah.
Does Trump realize that if he forces the vote, if they get the nuclear option in and they force the vote, Mike Johnson will have to elect or to swear in
Gerhalda.
oh my God.
Gerhalda. Gerhalda.
Yeah. And that will force the Epstein vote.
Epstein files. Yeah.
It'll have to, right? It will absolutely fucking have to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that Trump realizes that. And I almost wonder how much of this delay. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Peepaw's getting old.
He is.
Peepaw's getting old.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, so a friend of the podcast who I love, she shared our podcast with people. So I love her so much. I went to high school with her, which again, like, I'm just like shocked that in my little Midwestern town, I have so many friends from high school that are not just Trump loving, whatever. Anyway, she actually lives in the district represented there. And I know that they have already sued, but she's like, there are talks amongst the community about taxation with no representation, and it's coming tax time. Like, are we required to pay taxes? Are we allowed to not pay taxes? Like, there
Yeah.
is talk right now going on about the fact that this person has not been sworn in. Because
Wow.
the other thing is like, I get the government shut down, but the House can still be called in session,
Yes, he's
right?
refusing
They
to. Yeah, he's
he's
refusing to do it.
refusing to.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is like, it's not like because the government shut down, they're not allowed to call a session,
Right.
because they're all there. We've talked a lot about the fact that he could still swear her in even without calling the whole group in session.
Yeah.
But the reality is like, they're choosing not to work. Like, they're choosing not to
Correct.
be in session and do what they need to do. So at the end of the day, like, and everyone knows, like, Trump is very clear. Everyone knows that, like, and all the polling has indicated the Republicans are coming out looking like the bad guys here.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
A
Yeah.
100%. So
Yep.
anyway, so there's all of that.
Yeah.
We had some more good news this week when Supreme Court today started hearing arguments about Trump's use of declaring an emergency to charge
Oh,
his tariffs.
yeah.
They all think it's bullshit. Did you
Yes.
read about this?
I did read about it, and I heard some excerpts of what went on in court today. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
super interesting because I don't think this
Yeah.
is gonna go the way that they wanted to go.
So Kavanaugh, so I guess, like, in asking questions and listening to arguments, Chief Justice John Roberts, Amy Coney Barrett, Neil Gorsuch, all were pretty challenging of like, is this really like emergency
Right.
scenarios?
Yeah.
Even like Brett Kavanaugh, who often, I guess, during the proceedings was quoting and like talking about how Nixon did the same thing to put in his tariffs, which, I'm sorry, but if you're ever a
If
president
we're
that's
cool.
compared to Nixon, like, you should
Let's
be
hang it up.
fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
Right.
Hang it the fuck up. Yeah.
Right. Football games are very much about momentum. Like, you watch, and when the Chiefs start getting momentum, we can see them like being down 4
Oh,
touchdowns with like 2 minutes to spare, and they come back and they win a game.
yeah.
This is what that feels like, is the momentum is starting to shift. People are starting to realize that, like, Donald Trump is not going to be here forever. Even Donald Trump is recognizing that, which is why, we talk about Return of the Jedi. But like, seriously, to have
Yeah.
like a bunch of your Republican Supreme Court justices being like, yeah, I don't think I can support this, is pretty surprising, to be
Yeah.
honest. Especially because last week
Yes.
we talked about how, like, I think Congress voted against them. So if the Supreme
Yeah.
Court is like, yeah, Trump can't impose them,
Yeah.
we'll see what
It's
happens.
gonna be. Yeah.
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 Speaking of like the momentum shifting,
Yeah.
so one of the stories that you had brought up that I wanted to make sure that we talked about were Trump's cabinets moving to
Oh,
military bases.
military bases. Yeah. Yeah.
So how many of them have moved, and who is it?
There is so Stephen Miller, Marco
Mhm.
Rubio, Kristi Noem, and Pete Hegseth are the 4 that we know of for sure. Also, a top administration official told New York Magazine last month, that DHS had stalled confirming any high-ranking Coast Guard officials because it could threaten to remove Kristi Noem from her house. So we're just not appointing people to very needed positions in our military because God forbid that fucking cunt have to move out of a house that doesn't belong to her. But they're living on these military bases. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to say, they're not getting paid anyway. So, what is it?
Well, right.
We're not going to pay them. We're not going to house
Yeah.
them. We're not going to do anything.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
So
fine.
the reason that they're living on these military bases is they're hiding out from the American public because they're scared of the protesters and the very people that they're trying to prey upon, in my opinion. Like, they don't like all these people that when they go to a public restaurant, like I think it was Stephen Miller and his wife, and he like ran out of the fucking restaurant because all these people showed up and were like saying shit to him in this public restaurant about, being a fucking Nazi and, being okay with ICE pulling people out of their fucking homes. But there is also, which I thought this was interesting, Another unnamed senior White House official has also relocated to a military base after Charlie Kirk's assassination, according to The Atlantic. They were not named due to a specific foreign threat, allegedly. Allegedly. And then Marco Rubio and Hegseth are both living on General's Row at Fort McNair, and Hegseth's home is expected to undergo $137,000 in renovations before he moved in.
That's a whole nother house, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I know
Yeah.
the average house is $413,000, but honest to God, like $150,000 renovation is like a whole nother damn house.
Yeah. I thought this quote was really interesting. This is an associate professor of international studies and political science at Johns Hopkins. They said, in a robust democracy, what you want is the military to be for the defense of the country as a whole and not just one party who's choosing to live on their military bases. But yeah, bear in mind too that Trump has stripped security details, of his political opponents. But we got politicians living on military bases.
That's right. And like they specifically cite Democrats, radical left-wing Democrats using words like Nazis to be the reason why they are getting targeted. And then in the same fucking breath, they're calling Mamdani a communist.
Right.
Like, in the same breath. Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
And
you pieces
all kinds of
shit.
Islamophobic bullshit on social media and everything else. Yeah. Fucking spare me your pearl clutching.
Calling for deporting the man. I mean,
right.
Spare me your pearl clutching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God, that's so fucking
And then Stephen
annoying.
Miller having to make his comment about how, however many households have at least
all the households in New York have at least one immigrant.
Yeah.
Well, our military base has one asshole, and it's you. God bless America.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep.
All right. So besides that gross misuse of taxpayer dollars, Kash Patel is also utilizing taxpayer dollars to go visit his girlfriend.
Which I'm surprised he has a girlfriend.
So am I. And she's kind of like good looking. So it really surprises me. I don't know if I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Kash Patel used a $60 million private government plane to travel from Mar-a-Lago to Nashville to visit his girlfriend. Okay. This is particularly tone deaf while we're slashing SNAP benefits. And it came right after this lavish Great Gatsby themed Halloween party at Mar-a-Lago, which you referenced earlier. Okay. So
but what did you want him to do? Did you want him to go to a public airport and get on a regular plane? Do you know how long the lines are right now? Because the government is shut down.
I heard.
He had to get to Nashville.
How about you just pay for it yourself? Pay for your own. Anyway.
Yes.
With that said, I understand that in all fairness, like our FBI has said that they prefer that like top administrative officials to fly on government planes because of security reasons. Okay. So he gets a little like ribbing online. And of course there are lots of trolls and he like makes it sound very dramatic and it was terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm on social media pretty regularly and I saw one story about this, and especially because I'm on a lot of political social media, I would have thought I would have heard more.
Yeah.
But here's what's insane. In response, he fires top FBI official Stephen Palmer, who's been with the Bureau since 1998. He currently he did manage the fleet of jets, but Kash Patel is so pissed that the flight records of these government planes are made public that he decides that this guy needs to be fucking fired.
But just because
that's what we do.
But just
we
because
get mad and we fire people.
Public doesn't mean that guy leaked anything to anybody. They're public fucking records. It's just a FOIA request.
To your point, there is a website that takes those records and publishes them.
Yeah.
Kash Patel has been trying to get that fucking site shut down for a year now and blames this guy because he does report out on this because he's required to.
His job.
Because it's his job. And this government does not realize they work for us. There's just absolutely zero recognition.
And nobody's making them
in any way, shape, or
form. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that.
Kash Patel is a real asshole. On top of being a jackass, because we knew he was, he's also
Yeah.
a Karen. Like, this is what the
He is a
Republican Party has
Karen.
boiled down
Yeah.
to, are just a whole bunch of fucking Karens.
Yes.
Karens and
100%.
chats. Karens and
Yes.
chats.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh God.
Um,
Yes.
okay. Last but not least,
Yeah.
let's end our political talk on a high
Okay.
note.
Okay.
The hug heard around the
Heard around the
world.
world. Yes. Let's talk about the hug at Ole Miss.
Okay.
Let's talk
The meme
about
I
it.
saw was
Let's
like,
talk about it.
when she dresses like your former crush, and it showed a leather sofa.
Oh my God.
Describe the hug
Girl.
to our viewers.
It
For the 3 people that live under a rock and have
and
not seen any
haven't
memes
seen
about
it.
it,
I
I'm
mean,
positive that some people haven't, because
yeah.
I hadn't until Mark showed it to me.
Oh my
So
God. The
describe it.
lead up to it, her speech introducing JD Vance at this,
And this is Erika Kirk.
Erika Kirk at this event at Ole Miss. There's 10,000 plus people at this event. And she's talking about how he reminds her of Charlie. And I mean, she's just gushing over JD. He comes out from the wings onto the stage and he, both hands at her. And again, she's in tight leather pants and a shirt and whatever. And he has both hands at her waist and she wraps her arms up underneath, grabs the back of his head and puts her hands in his hair. Like,
Yes.
I hug your husband every time I see him.
And as do I yours.
And your husband doesn't have hair. Mine hardly has any hair. I still don't touch the back of his head.
And if you did, bitch, we would throw down. I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yes.
Yes.
While Usha is in the audience. And then, to make it worse, JD Vance proceeds to slam his fucking wife and her religion in front of all of these people after he has inappropriately hugged Erika Kirk.
And
I have so many thoughts on this.
Girl. And she's wearing, again, a skin tight black leather skirt and a short sleeve white blouse.
Yeah.
And again, like, I wear what you want to wear. Like, I am not going to ever give, I'm going to do my best not to criticize what someone wears, but the meme that's like a black faux leather couch, and it's like, when you dress, I died. I just died laughing
that's
at
fucking
that was
great.
the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's great.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts. So my first thought was, I don't know how Usha stayed in her seat. Because see, I'm fucking crazy. I'd have been backstage. Like, there's no fucking way. But also, like, there have been rumors online that Usha and JD were headed for Splitsville before he got tapped to be VP. And then she stayed to ride the ride. So, and that there's been rumors online that they've been seen fighting and arguing in public and all the things. So this is an interesting conversation that I had with a coworker who's also a listener of the pod, because my take initially on it was, well, yeah, they're going to set this up for him to leave Usha and he's going to marry Erika Kirk. And she's going to be, the next potential first lady for the Republican Party, because the first lady cannot be a brown Hindu woman. What infuriates, so before I sidetrack that, what infuriates me on this is Usha was raised Hindu. She was Hindu when she married him. Their children are being raised in a multicultural home with different religions. I thought it was highly, I was offended for Usha, and yet I don't have any sympathy for her, but yet I was offended for her that in front of all of these people, he's doing the whole, hey, look, I said this to her in our own home, and now I'm going to put her on fucking blast in front of 10,000 plus people and all these fucking cameras. I would have castrated my fucking husband for that. Like, don't fucking do that to me. Don't ever fucking do that to me. And the odd, he's so fucking sanctimonious. I know. Such a fucking prick. But what my coworker said, which I hadn't thought of this, and I thought this was a very interesting take on it. She doesn't think necessarily that it's going to be he steps in and he helps the grieving widow, and they, because Charlie was his dear friend and she was his wife, and they come together. She thinks that they're potentially priming Erika to be the VP to JD Vance.
I would be,
but I
to
don't
your
know if the
point,
Republicans can handle a woman.
I don't think so either. I can see why she would say, why your coworker would say that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that either. I absolutely think Erika would want to be first lady.
First lady.
Like,
yeah.
I absolutely could see her being like, yep, that's the role for me.
Yeah, because
she gets to go back to trad wife. Like, she gets to go back to that trad wife lifestyle, and that's what she wants.
The ultimate conservative, you know.
Because she'll still stay in charge of Turning Point. Like, she wouldn't leave that. So I absolutely, and to your point, it is clear, like, the comments that he made where he's like, oh, yeah, she's Hindu, but I'm Catholic and our children are being raised Christian. So I just hope that she'll change her religion. Go fuck yourself. Like, exactly. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, there is, hopefully Usha is smart enough to realize he's making her look like a fool. Like,
oh my God, on a public stage.
That's right. To your point, if my husband cheated on me, it's not the cheat. Like, Mark and I have had conversations about this. You better hope I don't find out, because the cheating is not what would piss me off. It's the making me look like the idiot that would piss me the fuck off.
Yeah. It's a betrayal, and everyone will pay for that. Huh.
And like, okay, I don't know. The having sex with another person is not the thing that I would get most mad about. It's the fact that, to your point, you've betrayed me and thought that I was so stupid, that you were so much smarter than me that you could get away with it. Yeah. By far, that is what would make me the most angry. And that's what he's doing to her on stage, on a national fucking stage.
I cannot imagine that they have a prenup. I'd have gone home and packed our fucking kids and been gone. He'd have been fucking served with papers by now for that fucking political stunt. Go fuck yourself. There's no 100%. Way.
There's and every day that she stays with him is she looks more and more foolish. So you go enjoy that.
But there was lots of comments online about, just leave Erika alone. She's grieving. She's grieving. He was Charlie's best friend, which I find, maybe they were close friends. I was not in the Charlie Kirk realm because, he was a fucking ass. But so I don't know how tight they were as friends, but I just find it interesting. I think the comment I made when I posted the video online was, this is a masterclass in what grieving does not look like.
Indeed.
This 100%. Is a masterclass in what grieving does not look like. Like,
right.
I don't give a fuck. Nobody grieving puts their hands in the hair of another man when they're hugging them like that. Like, it's just fucking weird. It's just fucking weird.
It's very familiar too. Like, I have hugged your husband. We have friends. None of them would like hug me down here.
No.
It's here or above.
It's like it's normal. Yes, it's a normal fucking hug.
Yes. 100%.
Yes.
We should acknowledge one other thing.
Oh God, what?
Dick Chaney died.
Oh, Dick Chaney died. He is answering for his war crimes right now.
And Dick Chaney died on like Monday, and it did not make it to social media until like yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it took a long time. Like, my Echo, has like headlines. Oh, it took like 2 days for that shit to hit a headline.
And I don't feel like it's gotten much airplay anywhere. No one, there has been no in memoriam on the news of all the good things that
Did they even fly the flags half staff?
I did get a notice that the flags were supposed to be at half staff, but I didn't read for how long because I knew it was for him. But but yeah, I don't know how long they're supposed to be at half staff. But like, nobody's talking about it.
No.
Nobody's talking about it. Not at all. It's wild.
Yeah. So anyway.
R.I.P. Dick.
R.I.P. Dick. Good luck to you. Go shoot people wherever you are that you would like to.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
And by the way, at least as of yesterday, Donald Trump had not mentioned the Dick Cheney death. So anyway. Yeah.
Well, he's
So
busy.
anyway,
He's
I
busy.
guess. Well, yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, do Chaney died.
Okay. I am ready for my
You're
happy
happy ending?
ending.
Okay, so
Yes.
this kind of definitely, I mean, this does go along with government shutdown and what we've talked about. Um, sort of similar, your old stomping grounds, not exactly, but sort of similar. It's coming to
Okay.
us today from Portland, Oregon.
Oh, okay.
So
I
kind
know
of
the
close to your
area.
old stomping
Yep.
grounds.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So a Portland coffee shop has raised over 87,000 people to feed people in their community that have lost their benefits as the government is shut down.
Wait, so they raised $87,000 to
Yes.
feed people? Oh,
Yes.
really?
So, yes, a Portland coffee shop has channeled donations to support people with SNAP benefits that they don't have. So, Heretic Coffee Shop, which itself operates on a not for profit basis, has raised
Nice.
$87,000 to replace the lost welfare for people on SNAP.
Holy
So,
shit.
yeah, with a model of selling coffee to afford the time and supplies to help people train to become coffee roasters and baristas,
Yeah.
Heretic already radiates a civic mindset. So it is completely run by volunteers, Heretic is, because
Okay.
they're working at the coffee shop to become coffee roasters and baristas. So they're getting the
Oh, I've
experience
heard
they
about
need.
that.
So they're working off the knowledge that they're gaining or whatever. So it's all run by volunteers. They began soliciting donations on Tuesday, but I think this was last week, so probably last Tuesday.
Yeah.
And now my website is lagging. Hold please. Okay, so by 10 a.m. on that Tuesday, they had raised $72,000. By closing time, they had raised $86,000. Over
Holy
2,000
shit.
people had given toward the cause. And Josh White, who is the owner of Heretics, said, "We've said it before and we'll say it again. When the system fails us, it's on everyday people to take care of each other, and this here is the proof." White told the Oregonian, how do you say that, newspaper on Wednesday, that every second another donation comes in. By Wednesday, they'd raised $100,000. The
Wow.
donation link is still active for anybody that wants to donate. And yeah, like,
Girl, I am on Newsweek. They are up
yeah,
to $300,000.
shut up.
So, in all fairness, like I would share the Heretic Coffee Shop to our listeners for
Yeah,
people if they want to, but I would venture to say like I know I cannot believe how our communities have responded.
yeah,
Hy-Vee is offering, which
yes,
is a local Midwestern grocery store chain, is offering
yeah,
free kids breakfasts. We talked
yeah,
about Taco John's. There's like
yeah,
a list of a bunch of like local restaurants that are providing food. So if you want to give, I
yes,
highly, highly recommend just getting on Facebook and saying, hey, what restaurants are out there offering free meals? I want to give money to you.
yep,
Or to your point, like our school has a free lunch. They have like a lunch donation program
yeah,
that we give to on every time I load AJ's money, I load some money into that. Like
yeah,
that's where I would really encourage us all to put our money is in our
yep.
local communities paying for,
Find
because,
your local
you
food
know,
bank,
that's right. As
donate
much as
food
I
or money.
love Portland and
Oh, yeah.
I know
The
that
idea of
like
this is, yes. Yeah.
right. The idea of this exists all over our communities,
Yeah.
which I am it again just instills so much fucking hope for our country that we
Yes.
actually, the majority of Americans are good people that want to take care
Yes.
of
They want to
people
help each other. Yeah.
and aren't proclaimed Christian. Like this guy that posted,
Right.
give me a break. Don't you have any peanut butter and crackers left over? He's like super, super Christian. And I want to be like,
Yeah.
sir, have you read any
Maybe
of
you
Jesus'
should
teaching?
look in the mirror. Hmm.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So anyway, so I would just really like, and I would love to, if I can find some national chains that are like doing this kind of thing, I will be
Oh,
happy to add links where you can donate.
yeah.
But especially like for our local listeners, I would love to say like, hey, if we have some local places that you could donate to, I would love to be able to
Yes.
do that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, that is a fabulous happy ending. I love it, especially when my happy ending involves food. That's like
Right? Yes.
fabulous. Um,
Exactly.
so yes, I hope that we are all leaving this podcast feeling a little bit better. We're less than a year away from the midterm elections. We saw
That's
some
right.
great Democratic wins. Republicans are getting blamed for the shutdown, and I think we're closer than ever to having them actually like cede to Democratic demands and
Yeah.
not just having Democrats roll over like they have in the past. So let's
Yeah.
hope that that holds.
I
I
hope by
know that
this
there's,
time next week we're not
that's
shut down
true.
anymore.
That's exactly right. Let's hope. So anyway. All right. Well, thank you guys all for listening. Please like and subscribe this podcast. And again, I'll try and add some comments that include places that you can donate if you're interested. Otherwise, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.